Well, yeah, if you've got kids, I suppose it's a different matter, isn't it? We've had a message from Simon Moss. He's listening to the show. So, morning, Simon. Thanks for listening, mate. Glad to hear from you. You are funny. No Christmas trees. He's saying, come on, Santa, I don't have one. He's saying he doesn't have one. Oh, right, okay. Enjoying the show this morning. Thank you, Simon.
Well, thanks, Simon. And say you're off on your travel soon, or you're
South America, I believe.
So good luck, mate. And we look forward to seeing you back on Sharon.
Great show this week.
And keep listening and keep in touch with us, because the world is a small place for the internet.
Just nipping back to St Helena for a moment, because I was.
He's woken up again now.
I've woken up again. I mean, there's one little fact that I hadn't realised. By the way, it's only 5 days voyage from Cape Town, not 7.
Only 5 days. They've got quicker ships now.
Yeah, that's the HMS St Helena, a British postal ship.
Electric ship.
Yeah, well, it's not electric. But do you know we give 53 million pounds of taxpayers' money goes to St Helena every year?
Because I knew we were buying the jowl there.
No, we just said that.
53 million pounds of taxpayers' money subsidises the very small community on that island. Why do we do that?
God knows.
No, you're trying to open up political discussions now, which we've had earlier on in the show.
Well, there was a programme on about.
They're boring,
there was a programme on about this week about how we are giving millions in cash, I have to say, because they can only accept cash, to the police in Syria, and the police are giving it to the jihadists. Why does this go on?
No, well, it's the same thing as these people are giving money to the Red Cross,
just because you don't want
and the Salvation Army and all that sort of thing, and on all these good charities and Band-Aid.
I'm sorry, Mike,
and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, how much of that money, how much of your pound is actually going to where it should do?
Hardly anything.
But there is a big difference between giving to the Red Cross and a jihadi.
Yeah, because it's going through a private company who's been now struck off and not allowed to now apply for a government aid.
It's easy to put out these things and shout about them on the street, and you talking about don't give to the Red Cross, but I
never said that.
Were you saying about how the difference between that and a jihadi?
I'm saying it's very different. I'm quite happy to give to the Red Cross.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm a strong supporter of the Red Cross. You much malign me, sir.
Good. Okay. But it just annoys me intensely when people try and make comparisons between giving money to the Red Cross or giving money to jihadis. The British government.
No, you were making that. You were making that comparison.
No, Alan's just come.
I'm just saying that we need better governance when we give money to
we need
foreign aid, because it seems that a very large proportion of foreign aid seems to go adrift and end up in the back pockets of inappropriate people.
I've got an opinion on this. I think the government likes to be seen to be giving money because it's ring fence and all the rest of it. So they give the money, and once that money's been given, they don't give a toss where it goes. I don't think anybody checks on it at all.
I think really what we ought to do is bring this back to realism, and the fact that what we're talking about is minuscule amounts in the overall scheme of the money that is floating about in the world.
Well, maybe it is, but there's causes here that it could be given to before giving it to.
Yes, it's always the way.
Well, of course it's the way.
There was a thing in the paper.
Realism of it, isn't it?
There's a thing in the paper this week about pensioners. The UK pensioners are the worst off in the EU. I think the Germans are about the best. I mean, the UK, they get about. I don't know what it is, but they get certainly a lot more money in Germany and that sort of thing. But okay, fine. It's all to do with the economies. One of my biggest eye openers. I went to France on Thursday for a booze run, and I came back, and I went over the Queen Elizabeth Bridge and then back through the tunnel. And the thing that struck me intensely was the fact that there was just this massive queue of vehicles.
Is it still the same?
Going across, yeah. I mean, they were moving, but there were thousands of cars, all at £2.50 a time, and that's just the cars.
No, they're not all paying, you see. The Johnny Foreigners getting away with it.
No, they're not getting away with it.
They are getting away with it. I can bring up the facts on
some of them, but bring them up next week. Some of them are getting away with it, but some of them aren't now because the government has decided. But even so, there's still money that was just pouring into the coffers of the Dartford Tunnel Bridge.
Yeah, and who's that owned by? Who's collecting that money now? The French.
Well, so
Sanef, isn't it?
So they should as well.
Yeah, but the idea was when they built that bridge, once it had been paid for, it was going to be free.
The only two things I know in this country that have ever worked like that is one is the bridge over to the Isle of Skye, I think it is, because they put this bridge up there, and I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. They put the bridge up and they charged people whatever it was, but they said, we will charge that until the debt is paid, and then it'll be free.
Yeah, that's right. It was the same with the Dartford Bridge, the Queen Elizabeth Bridge.
Well,
that was what was.
It was
the
going to be.
process.
It was going to be, yeah. But although, of course, they're going to build another crossing.
Yeah, well, if it ever gets done.
No, it'll be done. Have you not had the things from the Highways Association?
Yeah, but it doesn't mean to say it's ever going to be done, does it? Because next Parliament...
they're collecting the money now.
Next Parliament kick it out, won't they?
No, they won't. Well,
if Corbyn gets in, he'll kick it out.
Well, if Corbyn gets in, we'll all get kicked out.
Well, that's true.
We won't labour the point, though.
Oh.
Sorry. I thought I was really
I've got a very liberal attitude.
Shall I? Well, I was just trying to be conservative. Oh, goodness me. I think I'll stick my tongue out again and see if it's
what are you going to be? National Front?
It's a National Front up.
You see the National Front of it. Yeah.
Don't talk about the National Front. Listen, thank you very much for not contacting us this morning. We do enjoy your company, but obviously if you're sitting back there listening to the show, and not talking to us, well, that proves one thing.
Well, Simon's saying, oh my God, you, Kev, with you, this is a great show. You lot are so dry and funny. Thank you, Simon. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I don't know, really. No, that's.
I think it's great that fellow presenters are actually listening and supporting shows as well.
Yeah,
not just for the entertainment value, but also it's.
No, it's really rather sad because it just proves they've got nothing else better to do.
On a Saturday morning.
I do it when I'm working.
But can I just say that last Sunday, on and off, I listened to CRMK the whole of Sunday.
You listened to Paul?
Yeah.
Did you listen to Paul?
Oh,
it was amazing.
Started off with a brilliant show, first thing on Saturday morning.
And the variety of shows.
Yeah.
Little plug here for CRMK. The variety show was amazing.
Yeah.
Who was that?
I haven't got Sky or anything, so I don't worry about that. I'd rather listen to CRMK.
Who's the variety show?
Mind you,
no, the variety of shows.
Oh, the variety of shows.
Which Mike read out a few for today.
Well, I listened to the brass band show as well. Did you ever listen to that?
You made comments about that, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Well, no, I didn't make derogatory comments. It's everybody's cup of tea, isn't it? I just found it a little bit heavy, that was all. But it was well presented. There was nothing wrong with it.
Good, okay.
If you're into brass bands. I mean, I quite like some brass band music.
Okay, good. Right. And that's this is your final call for the...
what was that? Was that Mr. Mallyon's flight? Mr. Mallyon's flight is now boarding.
This is good news, isn't it? The Co-op has become the first supermarket to sell food past its best before date.
Yeah.
And that's in a bid to reduce waste. From the beginning of last week, the Co-op stores in the east of England will sell the products for just 10p in 125 outlets. Most items that are best before dates will be included, such as tin goods, packets and dried food. They remain on sale for 1 month beyond their best before date. So,
not before time.
Yeah, exactly. But do you know what is going to happen now?
Go on.
And it's dead silence.
You're waiting for you to tell us.
Mike, I'm intrigued. What is going to happen next?
It's the total logic, because the producers and the packers are going to remove the best before date, because it's not a legal requirement, right, but they're going to remove that so that their products can't be sold for 10 pence. They've got to get the top price for them.
Yeah, but they get the top price, don't they? Because they're paid for by the stores, aren't they? They're not losing.
Yeah, but the stores aren't going to lose. They don't. They get
together with them.
There will be one date on a thing, and that will be do not use after.
Then some of those dates are nonsense, aren't they?
No, I'm sorry. I will go by if it says used by.
Well, that's what you normally give me when I come to eat at your house. I'll look at the date on it.
It says 12th of December, then I won't use it on the 13th of December. But if it's got best before the 9th of February 2017, I'll still use it.
Yeah, they've got to have a use by date as a matter of law, have they not? Hence, they've got to put a date on it, but
yes,
it will last, particularly in tins.
It's the difference from the best before.
Yeah.
And tins, I mean, flipping out, when I was in the army, used to go out on manoeuvres, and they would give you tinned food, which was tinned in 1946.
Well, that's right. Look at that Frey Bensor stuff it used to be. Frey Bensor's beef, wasn't it?
Yes, and Heinz beans and things like that.
That's all right. It just makes you a bit windy, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, I think we should all check our kitchens every so often.
Don't.
I found some nutmeg dating back to 2001.
Yeah, but it's probably all right. It's probably a bit stale, that's all.
Well, I don't know. I opened it. It smelled and looked like nutmeg.
Well, if it's in a jar and it's sealed, vinegar doesn't go off. Honey's not meant to go off either. You can keep honey. They've just used some honey which is made in 1800 and something.
Well, vinegar's the thing.
Vinegar won't go. I just said that. You're not listening to me. No, you're not, are you?
No,
you're not listening. You don't listen to anybody, do you?
No, don't.
You don't. No.
I don't listen. Oh, look. Come on, give us. I'm trying to multitask here, because my left hand, I've got 4 fingers. Look at the marks on my fingers.
They're worn down to the quick,
just by holding these faders and trying to make sure that the quality that goes out to the listener.
Things. You like holding things.
But especially big things like this. But
stop boasting.
It's just.
Simon says it's a compliment, by the way, that we make him laugh.
Oh, good. Well done.
That's good.
Yes. Well, right. Listen, I think it's time. Really, it's 19 minutes left. I'm Mike Barry.
I'm Bob Bluffield.
I'm Kev Slaymaker.
I'm Alan Mallyon.
Together we are
the Grumpy Old Men.
That's where I'll be since you left me. My tears could melt the snow. What can I do without you? I've got no place to go. It'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. It'll be lonely this Christmas. Lonely and cold. It'll be cold. I remember the day you went away and how I wouldn't listen to the things you had to say. I just break down as I look around, and the only things I see are emptiness and loneliness and an unlit Christmas tree. It'll be lonely without you to hold. It'll be lonely this Christmas. Lonely and cold. It'll be cold, so cold, without you to hold this Christmas. You remember last year when you and I were here? We never thought there'd be an end. And I remember looking at you then, and I remember thinking that Christmas must have been made for us. 'Cause darling, this is the time of year that you really need love, when it means so very, very much. It'll be lonely. So it'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. It'll be so very lonely, lonely and cold. It'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. It'll be lonely this Christmas, lonely and cold. It'll be cold, so cold, without you to hold this Christmas. Merry Christmas, darling.
Christmas, everybody, wherever you are.
Merry Christmas.
Thea yesterday on her show, she said, "Oh, that was great." She said, "Oh, I love Elvis Presley." And of course, it wasn't Elvis Presley.
No, it was mud.
Now then, this one is going to amuse Bob no end.
Oh, go on then.
There's an